Hi, today we want to go through the Apricorn version of secRMM, which is a limited version of the full functioning secRMM product. So we're going to go right from the start and show you the install. And there's nothing much to it except to click through the next screen. And once it's finished, we have two components: the computer management, which will control what properties we can set, and the event viewer. So let's take a look at computer management first. And if you're an administrator on the box, you'll see this secRMM node, and you'll notice that when we're running the Apricorn version of secRMM, it's going to remind us during the trial period only that we're running this limited version of secRMM. So once I click that, you can see why I say limited. It's because all of the properties that are available in the full version of secRMM are grayed out. Okay, so the other thing the product does is it logs events. So if we open up the event log, and under Applications and Services log, you can see that we have a secRMM event log, and for our demo here today, that it's empty to start. So let's go back to the UI, and I want to make sure that you understand during the trial period of the Apricorn secRMM version, you can toggle back and forth between the full functioning version and the Apricorn version. So let me show you a quick example of what that means. You could see in the event log that it's empty, and when I'm in the full-blown version, maybe I want to be able to block programs on the device. So any removable storage device that has executables or scripts on it, we can block those from getting executed. And real quick, you can see that the product logs a 700, which means that somebody changed one of the properties of the product. So you could see block programs on device has been turned on. But if we're in the trial mode, we don't get those. And you'll also notice that when we bounce back to the Apricorn version of the product, that it's going to clear out any properties that we may have set in the full blown. So you could see that block programs on device got turned off. But the point here is that the Apricorn version is free. So if your goal is to limit in your environment to only use Apricorn devices, then you don't have to pay any money. So let's do a quick demo of that. So you can see my settings right now. We're saying that I only want to allow Apricorn devices, and I'm going to insert a non-Apricorn device into the computer, and the operating system right away shows us the drive, and it happens to be the G drive. And so let's just copy a file. So let me grab this Word document, and I'm going to try and copy it to the device. And right away we see that we're not allowed to do it because the internal ID doesn't match vendor Apricorn. But if we look in the event log, we'll see that all we saw here was an online event. So 400 to secRMM means a device was plugged in. And you can see that this is a SanDisk Cruiser. This you could just ignore. This just means that you don't have a license yet for the product. So in the Apricorn version of the software, we're going to see online events and offline events. And you can see I just unplugged the device. 403 means it went offline. So let me get rid of this, and let's put in a Apricorn device. So this is really cool technology from Apricorn, and I'm going to, on the device itself, there's a keypad, and I have to specify a user ID. So now I've gone ahead and put the user ID in, and we're going to mount it to the computer. And just like any other USB type device, you could see that we have an Apricorn secure key and it mounted. And you can see here we actually got the online event. So as an administrator, I at least know that devices are coming online and offline, and I can keep track of that. And the expectation here is that we can copy this file. So if we come here and we paste it. So the significant thing to understand here is that we've just, in our environment, limited down all the way so that we can be safely assured that only Apricorn devices can be used to transfer files out of the domain. And that's a very powerful feature. But you'll notice that we didn't get a recording of the write event. So let me real quick show you what that looks like. If I toggle back into the full-featured secRMM version, and now I want to copy a file. Let's take an Excel document this time. The full-featured version will actually tell you what the end user is copying out of the domain, and that happens to be a 402 event. So you can see, if we look at this, that the source file that the end user copied out was this. And so you get a lot more information. It even tells you what program they used to copy the file. So it'll be up to you during the trial mode. And again, you can bounce back and forth as much as you want to be able to get a feel for whether you want to use the Apricorn Lite version or you want to use the secRMM full version in your environment. And again, just to reiterate that the Apricorn version is free and the secRMM full version is a paid-for product. I hope you found this demonstration useful. Thank you very much and have a good day.